Cadet Lyra Chen had a reputation at the Galactic Naval Academy, not for excellence, but for the soft sound of her breathing during Admiral Kovac's legendary strategy lectures. While other cadets frantically scribbled notes on fleet formations and tactical maneuvers, Lyra's head would inevitably find its way to her desk, her dark hair spilling across holographic star maps like ink on water. "Chun! Are you with us?" Admiral Kovac would bark, his mechanical eye whirring as it focused on her sleeping form. She would jolt awake, mumble an apology, and within minutes, drift off again. Her grades were barely passing. Her tactical exams were filled with half-completed answers and coffee stains. The instructors tolerated her only because her spatial navigation scores were inexplicably perfect, even when she claimed not to remember taking the tests. No one suspected that while Lyra slept, she dreamed in star charts and probability matrices. Her subconscious processed battle scenarios in ways her waking mind never could, running thousands of simulations through quantum pathways she didn't understand. She never told anyone. How could she explain dreams where fleets moved like flowing water, where she could taste victory in colors that didn't exist? The Vol Collective arrived on a Tuesday. Their dreadnoughts emerged from fold space like metal locusts, blackening the skies above humanity's outer colonies. Within 72 hours, 3 star systems had fallen. The collective fought with mathematical precision, their battle algorithms adapting to every human tactic within minutes. Traditional warfare was obsolete. The Emergency War Council assembled on Station Helix, 5-star admirals, the Secretary of Defense, and every tactical genius the Alliance could muster. They debated for 18 hours straight, each strategy dismantled by the collective's predictive AI before it could even be deployed. Ships were dying. Colonies were burning. Humanity needed a miracle. Lieutenant Yashiro, Lyra's only friend from the Academy, made a desperate suggestion. "There's someone unconventional. Cadet Chen. She sees things differently." Admiral Kovac nearly choked. "The girl who slept through my entire curriculum? Absolutely not. Sir, with respect, we're losing. What do we have to lose?" They found Lyra in the medical bay, volunteering to run supply inventories, the only posting her grades had qualified her for. When they explained the situation, she looked terrified. But when they showed her the tactical displays, something shifted behind her eyes. The exhaustion that usually clouded her features sharpened into intense focus. "I need to sleep," she said simply. The admiral stared at her in disbelief. Admiral Kovac's face turned crimson. "We're facing extinction, and you want a nap?" "I need to dream," Lyra corrected, her voice steady. "Give me 4 hours and access to the fleet's neural network. And don't wake me, no matter what happens." What choice did they have? They connected her to the system, and Lyra closed her eyes. Her brain waves synchronized with the quantum computers, and in the space between consciousness and sleep, she entered the battlefield. There, freed from the limitations of linear thinking, she saw the collective's patterns, not as data points, but as music with a flaw in its rhythm, a mathematical symphony with one note perpetually off-key. 3 hours and 47 minutes later, Lyra's eyes opened. She stood before the War Council and spoke with quiet certainty. "They're not adapting. They're learning. There's a difference. Feed them false victories in Sector 7, 12, and 19. Let them consume the pattern. Then do this." She sketched movements that defied every principle of naval warfare, a formation that looked like chaos but held a hidden geometry. Admiral Kovac studied her plan, his mechanical eye processing the variables. Slowly, his expression transformed from skepticism to awe. It's perfect. How did you?" "I dreamed it," Lyra said softly. The Battle of Helix lasted 6 hours. Lyra's tactics confused the collective's algorithms, feeding them victories that were actually traps, leading them into a formation where their strength became their weakness. When the human fleet executed the final maneuver, a pincer movement disguised as a retreat, the collective's dreadnoughts collided with their own vessels, their perfect coordination turned against them. Humanity won that day because someone finally understood that sometimes the answer isn't found in waking logic, but in the strange wisdom that surfaces when consciousness surrenders to deeper currents. Admiral Kovac found Lyra afterward, asleep at her station, a slight smile on her face. He draped his coat over her shoulders and whispered, "Sleep well, Admiral Chen. You've earned it."